KMW has more than 10 years of experience in developing, implementing, servicing, and supporting census projects in CIS countries. All of these projects are based on methodological and principles outlined in the Conference of European Statisticians and recommendations for the 2010 Census of Population and Housing. We have experienced professionals in 4 Ukrainian development centers and are able to provide our customers with a complete turnkey solution for population, housing, and agriculture census and different surveys by using a single core platform. Our census software consists of the following: administration, input data, primary data processing, aggregation, building output tables, and the creation of ad hoc queries. In terms of the technical architecture of the application, there are 3 levels of client-server architecture for the scanner input. In the middle, you can find server and database, which is connected with clients. Our solution uses Oracle RDBMS as a database platform, providing a high level of productivity, scalability, and flexibility of data storage and manipulation and management, including backup and recovery capabilities. This picture about different options of data input and further data processing. The first step is to create Form M. Next, the respondent may enter the data one of 3 ways: processing their primary documents and building their required output tables. In case of errors in the output tables, we use ad hoc query, which shows select erroneous data from various census forms. The user is then forwarded back to the primary document processing area. To create a new user, click on the Add button. Next, fill out login, last name, first name, middle name optional, commands optional, and choose password and confirm password and press save. Each user has their own role for access to the entire system. After the user is created, the administrator can add the necessary role or roles based on desired permissions of the user. Select Edit User Roles, then select Add Role and choose the desired role from the drop-down menu. Press Save. Close the Edit User Roles window. The desired role has now been associated with the selected user. For the organization of work with census forms, there is need to download census forms indicators. They are used for describing and correcting minimum-maximum default values, as well as formulate rules with an input controls editor. Indicators are stored in Excel format file, which can be created by the customer. The information protocol will appear once of the indicators are downloaded. Each country has administrative and territorial divisions. We utilize a dictionary of administrative and territorial structure to enter location data. Form M is used to describe the location information, and you can see that it consists of a number of locations and portfolios, packages of census form. They are related to it. Scanning input. We use Epiflex capture, which consists of a scanning station and a recognition and verification station. After scanning, the document is displayed as a scanning station that is visible on your screen. The document is then forwarded to the recognition and verification station. There is a verificator operator is able to process the automatically recognized document. There are 2 ways to verify a document: by group and by context. Group verification allows for rejection or acceptance of recognition results via various markers for approval on the scanned documents. This helps to expedite the process for data entry operators. Context verification, highlighted with red below, is a section of the scanned document that is currently reviewed for comparing. To approve, press Enter. We utilize self-coding to define locators. If we change the name of location, the location code will be changed as well. After the old census forms are approved, their status changes to checked and they are transitioned to the data processing stage. In interactive and it allows the system to create forms. Each created form is the same with a paper form. First, Form 10 is designed to describe application. To create a form, right-click on Portfolio heading and select Add Form. Here you can fill in any required field. For example, the number of people censused in this portfolio. I will input 100, for example, and click Save. After filling Form 10, Form 1 gets created to describe a household. The next form is 2C, which keeps household member details. The most data entries for each form are filled in via predetermined selections for a reference book. For example, to fill in the place of birth field, a user must choose a country or region from country's reference book. Portfolios have strict order and hierarchy for creating forms. Mobile device input is another way to enter information. The procedure is the same as with interactive input. The first step is to select the applicable region. Next is Form 1A, which holds address information, type and total size of premises. When the information is complete, select Save Form. The user is then sent to Form 1B to enter information of the names of household members and ownership type. After saving Form 1B, the user should enter information about each individual household member. It is possible to develop the ability to track census participants, their GPS location and record his work time. No matter how the data was entered, it must be checked for conduct errors within the census forms. Certain controls are used for data processing, which detect different types of errors within the census documentation. Some examples of different types of errors are logical, arithmetical, and input filling errors. There are also 3 defined error levels: warning, fatal, and error with permission but that can be removed. To start the controls, click Control, and if the portfolio has an error, it will be displayed in the error protocol. Depending on the type of error, the area will be highlighted with blue warning or red fatal. After fatal errors are fixed, click Save and the portfolio should be controlled once again. One of the advantages of scanner input is the ability to compare paper forms and recognized ones. If you have any doubts about your recognized data, you can compare it with paper version. The system provides an integrated environment that consists of several parts: screen, form with the current values and fields for census forms, the protocol with detected errors, a hierarchical view of the portfolio on census forms, and graphical images corresponding with the scanned documentation. Control rules can be easily created by using the rule editor without any need for programming skills. There are following fields on the rule editor: name, activation, deactivation, error, type, message, form select, field, and conditions of rule execution. You can apply a variety of arithmetical and logical operations related to the various fields of the census forms on the same portfolio. After all fatal errors are fixed, the user can move on to aggregation process. Aggregation is a process to gather in information for building output tables to ensure that there are no more fatal errors in any of the portfolios of the selected region. If the aggregation is successful, it gets marked as ready and we can move on to building the output tables. Before building an output table, it should be formed and controlled with the necessary output controls. Formed and controlled output tables can be exported into Word or Excel and be printed or previewed. Error protocol displays an error if it occurs in an output table. To edit malfunction in rule, double-click and it will be open in Output Rule Editor with malfunctional rows highlighted. Output Tables Editor. Output controls rules can be easily created without programming skills by using a rule editor. Output controls rules are divided into three types: intabular, cross-table, interdimensional. The editor includes words, defined numbers, variables for required rows and columns. Output controls can be also exported into Word or Excel and be printed or previewed. Users are able to search the reasons for the errors in output tables by using user-defined ad hoc queries. Functionally, this editor is similar to SQL query builder. It consists of a field selection window, column output table, grouping, and joining options. That's all about our census system. Thank you for your attention.